Broadcasting live from the Buckhead Business Radio X studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Legal Experts.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Atlanta Legal Experts. I am Emily Rowell, your host with Peachtree Offices. I have Rich Casanova next to me today, joining me in the studio.
Yeah, this is new. Normally I'm on the other side of the board over there, so we have a special guest here in the studio, and Ryan McPherson is also joining us alongside.
I'll be producing engineering today's show of Atlanta Legal Experts. Very excited to be here. We have a returning guest to the studio.
Yes,
so tell
but
us
not to the show.
No. Been in the Buckhead Business Radio X Studios, but not appeared on Atlanta Legal Experts. So who do we have joining us, Emily?
We have Montina Portis this morning. Good morning, Montina.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Happy to be here today.
Yeah, happy Tuesday.
And she is definitely a legal expert. We have a series that we're starting that we've actually already started, and last show was about a month ago, and we talked about IT help for attorneys.
Right.
And today we're talking about marketing help online for attorneys. So I'm really excited to hear Montina and what she has to say. And she's got a whirlwind of experience and a wonderful life to hear about. And so before we get started, though, I'd like to definitely talk about our sponsors. For today, we have Peachtree Offices, and their website is peachtreeoffices.com. Very simple. And 3A Law Practice Management, and their website is 3alawmanagement.com. And Atlanta's own John Marshall Law School. And you can see all of their information on atlantalegalexperts.com. So we're ready to get started.
I agree, and it's great how those websites worked out the same as the company names, huh?
I know.
Montina will give us some advice on that. Yeah, make sure your website and your brand all match up, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, so Montina's here today, and she is the CEO of Creative Internet Authority, the nation's leading full-service law firm marketing agency, specializing in lead conversion for boutique and small-size law firms. She works exclusively with lawyers and law firms to attract new clients, generate more referrals, and make more money, which is all what we're looking to do, using online and offline legal marketing strategies. Through her famous personal transformational experiences and frequent appearances on network TV shows including The Chew, Fox News, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Atlanta Legal Experts Radio, Montina inspires millions of people to be superstars in life and business and live amazing lives. And that's what we want to definitely start off with today. You have lived an amazing life so far, and I want to find out your personal story that kind of got you to where you are today.
Yeah, well, thank you, Emily. So, again, I'm Montina Portis, and a lot of people ask me about my backstory because they find it so interesting. Or as an attorney told me yesterday, she said, "You make life seem so simple." It's not very complicated. When I was 18 months old, my mother abandoned me, and my father was in prison serving 20 years. He actually died after serving 19 years of that sentence. I went to live with my aunt when I was 16. She kicked me out, and I was a homeless teen. So by 18, I was living in the YWCA. I was pregnant. By 19, I had my first child, and she was 9 months old. We were living in a homeless shelter. I still managed to get my GED, graduate with my master's. I built my first home before I was 30, and lived an amazing life. And today I'm here on the Atlanta Legal Experts Radio.
Yeehaw.
And so it just goes to show you that it really doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter your backstory. You can live a passionate and purposeful life, and that's my story.
That's a really simple story.
Simple.
But I meant, like, you summarized it very well. But you're right. It doesn't matter where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
If you set your mind to it, you can pretty much achieve anything.
Yeah, I always say that good things come to those who work.
Yes.
We have to make sure that we're working.
I love it.
And what I'm hearing, it's not really the cards you're dealt or who other people think you are. It's what you do.
It
right?
is.
And you certainly stepped up in a big way. I mean, I've heard, we've been on our show and on another show here in the studio, heard your story, and still it kind of gives me chills that you look at other people with so much more advantages and do far less. Yes or yes?
Oh, yes. And it goes back to belief, right? So it goes back to you have to believe that you're here to do something exceptional in your life. You have to believe that you're full of purpose. And my entire life, I always believed I was different. And I will tell you, as a child, I was weird. As an adult, people probably perceive me as weird. I always get the question, do you sleep? And I said, well,
it depends.
I nap.
Right,
I tend to nap. If I didn't have to sleep, I wouldn't. I wish they would invent something so we didn't have to. But, I do recharge. But, you focus on what you want and where you want to go and not what's left behind.
I don't know if we asked this last time, but I'm definitely inspired to ask, what do you attribute that kind of ethic or that, that stand-up type of personality? Was there a mentor, or you mentioned moving in with your aunt or your grandmother?
Mm-hmm. So I lived with my grandmother when I was younger. I moved with my aunt. And I will tell you, the executive director of the YWCA, she was a really phenomenal person. And she really was that person in my life when I was around 18. She believed in me. She always encouraged me. I actually have a CD that we put together probably about a year ago. Uh-huh. And I interviewed her because she's still the executive director of the YWCA in Alliance, Ohio. Her name is Gloria McGrath. And she says, Montina, I'm not surprised at where you are right now. We always knew you worked hard. You always pay. I paid $25 a week for rent. And she says, you always paid on time. And I was just ambitious. Wow. And you know what? I just did not want to settle for where I was. I knew as a single mom at that time, a young mom really, that I had to have and create a better way for my children. And that really drove me to do something more. And then I started surrounding myself with people that were bigger and better than me, that were smarter than me. And I started to think like, well, if they can, so can I, or why can't I?
Or it certainly rubs off on you, osmosis at the very least, whatever. But
it does.